This podcast is brought to you by Tire City. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this podcast. I love having different kind of sponsors on here. And Tire City, this is the first time they sponsored it, and I love it. I'm so excited. If you guys have any needs for wheels, tires, alignments, shocks, brakes, anything like that, go by Tire City. Check them out. See what they offer. They will help you out. Super nice crew over there. They're towards downtown on North Main, 601 North Main Street in Paris, Texas. Give them a call, 903-784-5694. Again, if you have any tire needs, go check out Tire City. All right, guys, let's get this thing started. Welcome to another Paris, Texas, a podcast. This is a podcast where you get to listen to people's stories. People that have either influenced or lived in the city of Paris, Texas. I love hearing their stories, and I can't wait for you to hear the next guest. All right, we're back. Okay, this guest I have known for a while. I can't remember. She might be the youngest guest I've ever had. I said aside for Liam, but that's just Liam. So Ella Amos was
Hey.
So where were you born?
Here.
Mm-hmm. In this house?
Yes. No, I was born in the hospital.
So for those who might have seen you somewhere, where they have seen you?
Probably in North Lamar's theater shows, programs. I've also been in PCT's programs since I was 6.
So on a stage somewhere.
On a stage.
But yet you're nervous right now talking
Yeah.
to the microphone.
I'm good at playing different people, not just being myself talking.
So that's how we're connected. Is Liam has been in a couple North Lamar plays and on some PCT stuff, and then I'm really good friends with your stepdad Cody and your mom.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how our worlds have collided. And I've done a few videos for the North Lamar stuff, which I love doing for them. And again, I've told you this, but your last role in Matilda killed it.
Thank you.
I mean, I leaned over and told Kimmy, I loved everybody in the play, I'm sorry, but I leaned over and told Kimmy, I was like, Ella straight stole that.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, your character was very, very fascinating to me.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, we're jumping the gun. So you were born in Paris. And where did you start school in North Lamar? Did you start somewhere else?
I went to Central Presbyterian for pre-K and kindergarten, and then first grade I went to North Lamar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, have you always been into? So 6th grade is when you started.
No, I was 6.
You were 6, and you just what was your first play?
Oh, I don't even remember. I've been in so many. My mom put me in children's theater at PCT, and we would do just like the little skits there, and then I went on to do the big shows at PCT outside of children's theater, and then in 4th grade I got moved up to the 5th grade class because I was just that good. And then I started shows at North Lamar when I was 9, before Mom and Cody were even married. I did Wizard of Oz there, and then I started the high school shows in 6th grade and haven't stopped since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Liam and Emmy, my two oldest, they both do the PCT acting classes similar to you.
Yeah.
And Liam did, I think his first one was Lion King.
Oh, yeah. I went to that.
That was his first big one. And he was like, it was very much the stereotypical, he was a jungle plant in one scene, and he was I can't remember. He's one animal on a different scene, but he didn't have any talking roles.
Yeah.
It was just kind of back bros. And that didn't stop him. He loved it. I mean, he owned his roles. Had some cool costumes, but that's cool that you started that way too.
Yeah.
That means he has hope to be as great as you are. Okay, so what do you remember your first play that you were super, super excited to be in?
Wizard of Oz because I was with all the high school kids that I had looked up to, and my aunt played Glinda the Good Witch that year, so I got to be in it with her. And so,
but you were in middle school.
I was at 9. I was in 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
Yeah, and so I felt kind of cool that my aunt was Glinda, and I kind of had an in to all the older kids. And then I was cast as like the main Munchkin, so I had a solo, and none of the other ones did, and so I just was like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big thing for me.
That's awesome. So is there any other interest in school that you have other than theater? I know a lot of y'all do choir.
Yeah, I'm in choir. I was a cheerleader, but I played volleyball, but I quit everything to really focus on theater. So
it's your thing.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Even choir, you still do choir.
I still do choir, but that's just during school. Like I'm not.
And that's to help probably.
I'm in it for theater.
Which there's no shame.
Yeah.
In that. I think there's a lot of people in theater just to help with their like singing because their choir is their main thing.
Yeah.
But they do theater because there's singing opportunities.
Yeah.
In that, so I think it's kind of a give and take on both sides.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So with this new year coming, okay, what grade are you in right now?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah.
Do you know what the next play is?
Yes, we're doing Ash Girl.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a spinoff of Cinderella, but the 7 deadly sins are included, and so like it's just Cinderella's story with the 7 deadly sins on top of her and her trying to get through.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool story.
Have y'all auditioned yet?
Yeah.
Who'd you audition for?
I'm the fairy god. It's called the Fairy in the Mirror, but basically the fairy godmother.
Okay.
But the sins are always attacking her, and then the fairy in the mirror is kind of like trying to save her from all the 7 deadly sins. So
awesome. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Are you really excited about it?
Yeah, I'm really excited, and because last year we got 4th at state, and that was just a huge deal. So this year we're just trying to win state.
Yes.
Just get back there. So
do it.
Yeah.
So you're doing that. Are there any other goals just with this? You're the first podcast for 2020.
Whoa.
Yeah. Huge deal. Are there any other like things you're looking forward for in 2020, or so this will wrap up your junior year?
Yeah.
And then go into your senior year?
Yeah. Get into college.
So what do you want to do for college?
I think I want to go into try to be a director, educational. And so I'm going to try to go to school for theater and then become a director one day. So
kind of like
Yeah, kind of like Cody.
Kind of like Mr. Head.
Mr. Head.
He's amazing at what he does.
He is. I'm really lucky.
He loves what he does too. Like,
he loves
a
it.
lot.
It's crazy.
So you want to follow those footsteps?
Yeah.
What school do you want to go to?
Oh, I really want to go to UT, but.
But what grades?
No, I'm top 20%.
Go you.
Yeah, I know.
Go you.
I don't know.
Do you get that from your mom?
No. I don't get it from either of them. I don't know how I got it.
Oh, your mom's super smart.
Yeah. With what she does.
Yeah, no, I've worked with her a bunch of times. She's got a noodle up there.
She does.
Okay, so what are some of the things you want to achieve? We're gonna just kind of jump forward with being the first episode in 2020 and kind of looking forward into this year and future years. Like what if outside of theater, what are some of the things you want to achieve in life?
I don't know.
You don't know? I always hated this question, but I wanted to ask it. I always tell people I wanted to travel. I was like, I want to see things.
Oh, yeah. I want to go to London and see, like, the theaters there and stuff. But that just relates back to theater.
So your world revolves around theater.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, like, acting in, like, films?
I mean, yeah.
You know, I know someone who makes, like, short films occasionally.
Oh, really? You do?
Yeah, every now and then.
I know someone I've said to put me in their next projects, too.
And he called you the other day, and you were not available.
Sorry.
So, awesome. Okay, so last week I did this thing. I talked about 2020. It's kind of on par where we're at. One of my good friends, Chris Estep, challenged me with coming up with a word of 2020. One word. I had to pick one word. So I actually challenged everybody on my Facebook group that follows this podcast to come up with one word for 2020. I should have given you some preface like before this, but I'm gonna put you on the spot instead.
I say faithful.
Faithful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Faithful for what's to come and not to worry about my future, because I do that.
Yeah, that is a really good word.
Thanks.
That is amazing. Good job.
Thanks.
Faithful. So, that's such a good one. I love faithful. Okay, I have something I want to bring up. So, I started following you on Instagram, I don't know, a while back, and you make these videos, and I cannot help but crack up at these videos. Tell us a little bit about these videos.
Oh, well, I just started it as a joke with my friends. It started with me and my friends, the twins, Sarah and Sophie Carl. We decided to do the cinnamon challenge one day, and it was just a funny video because we're choking on the cinnamon. We're outside at the pool, the dog's running in the back, and so I got on iMovie, and I was like, I'll just make a quick edit, just the funny parts, because it was a long video. And then I started making more videos with Jillian, when we're in the car singing, and then I saw the sound effects, and every time someone moved I would add one, and I just thought it was really funny, so I would just post them, and then everybody ended up really liking them, so I just kept making them.
So it's a unique edit style. It reminds me a little bit of how I edit to stuff, because you edit to beats, and you edit to things that are happening in motion. I've talked about this a lot to people when I'm editing. I feel like the video has to tell a story just as much as the audio does.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if y'all weren't talking, or if I couldn't hear you guys talking, I could see what's going on and tell the story from your edits. And you do these cool zoom ins and stuff. And I think there's a tiny future of editing in there. There's still a lot to learn. Yeah. And editing is probably theater. It's very deep. There's so many. You could learn a different language in theater. You can learn a different dialects in theater. There's so much you could do. I couldn't do that. You could do that. But I don't know. I just see there's a little bit of wow, she did really good.
Thanks.
I'm want Liam to learn from you.
Oh.
I try to teach him something and it's advanced. I'm no, Liam, you gotta do this advanced stuff.
Well, it turned into a stress reliever too.
What?
During the musical, I literally that week I edited 5 videos, and it takes a long time to edit too. It takes forever. And I'm telling you, I would the week of the musical was the most stressful week, so I edited 5 videos that week just because it I didn't think about anything else. I was just thinking about the video. I don't know, it's weird.
Have you ever thought about vlogging?
No, I did it for a while before you followed me on my Instagram. I would do it on my story just as a joke. I just did everything as a joke, and then people actually liked what I was doing.
If you got that special magical thing, you got it. You know what I mean? I think you could if you mixed vlogging with your edit style a little bit, with the noises and the zooms and all the different way the way you do it. If you mix those two realms a little bit, it'd be a little different to what everyone else does vlogging wise.
Yeah.
And it would be highly interesting.
Thanks.
It's fun. I had a girl on here, Adrian, the other day. She works at Smoking Hot, and she vlogs.
Really?
And she doesn't vlog anything like that. She just not typical, but she just vlogs like you would see most vloggers.
Yeah.
And hers are very cool, and she talks about fashion and what all kinds of different stuff. I've only watched a couple because they're very girl specific.
Yeah.
Which I lose interest in. but she's really good at what she does.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gone follow her, y'all should go follow her. But you should do something like that. Or a podcast. I'm trying to find somebody to make their own podcast. I really want someone to make their own podcast with me. Not this one, but their own thing. It could be about anything. If you had to make a podcast right now, what would you make a podcast about? Theater?
Probably. That's all I got to talk about.
Do you have a bucket list of things you want to do, shows you want to play or
parts I want to play.
Parts you want to play.
I mean, there's a million.
A million.
A million.
You have a bucket list of a million parts you want to play.
Probably not a million, but there's a bunch, and I can't just choose one.
You can't just choose one.
No, I love it. I love everything.
But what about a show? Is there a specific show that you would love to?
Chicago.
Chicago.
But I know we'll never be able to do that at the high school.
Well, I mean, you've got a long career in front of you. High school's only a year and a half longer.
Yeah.
And then you'll be. The sky's the limit. Yeah. Broadway. Not this Broadway.
No.
the Broadway. Not Broadway B. The Broadway that's in New York. No? You don't think so?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic.
Cody tried it?
Yeah.
Hey, I love dreaming. At least you can dream.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to do it or succeed, but dream about it.
Oh, I do.
You do. Okay, so Chicago's your. Oh, I don't know if I want to tell everybody my idea. I have a awesome idea for a like not Shakespeare in the Park, but like a theater play in the park. But it only requires 2 actors and they're both guys. Oh, so I'm out. But I want to write it. Like I want to write it, produce it, direct it, and then have 2 people act on it. I've talked to Cody about it. It's a really brilliant idea.
I think it's brilliant.
You like it already?
I love it.
You think I should do it?
I think you should.
But the problem is I really need someone who does theater stuff all the time. I need their help. Because I've been in plays and I even helped with like set design.
Yeah.
But I've never like done all of those other roles.
Yeah.
And so I need Cody to like just not be so busy for a little bit.
Summer. That's the only time.
Yeah, but then he's like a bear and he's hibernating for all of summer so that he can be back at full strength when he goes back to school.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the man work, he
works.
He works to the point that he needs to hibernate for a few months before he goes back to school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I'll pick your brain and maybe we could do something.
You can pick my brain.
You can help me, or maybe you and a few other students can help me write it, direct it, and cast it.
We've seen it all.
You've seen it all.
Seen everything? It all. Probably not everything.
All right. Any last words?
No.
Did you enjoy this podcast?
I did. I had fun.
Was it as nerve-wracking? There you go. Is it as nerve-wracking as you thought it was going to be?
No.
No? Mm-mm. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
You know how many people have told me like I'm so nervous, or I'm so nervous, and I'm like I don't know why, and it's very very conversational. I told you that, and then I get why does anybody want to hear my story? Those are two things I get all the time, and I'm like, man, everybody has a unique story. Yeah. It's so unique to you, and it's so uniquely different to the next guest.
Yeah.
And the guest before.
Yeah.
And I guess 5 guests down the road. So I love hearing people's stories. Yeah. Yours is just shorter.
Yeah.
Because you've only been here for 17 years.
Just 17.
17 years. But you're driving now.
Yeah.
Is that scary?
Yeah, I've been driving for a year and it's still scary. I'm still not. My dad's worried about me pulling out of your neighborhood.
I'll give you a trick. So when you get to the 4-way stop, instead of going towards Turtle Creek, go straight and it'll dump you out by the dollar store, and it's less. You can see things better.
That's probably better for me.
Mm-hmm. You got this. We'll get you through it.
I can do it.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
I want to give one more big shout out to Tire City. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this podcast. If you guys have any tire needs, rims, alignments, anything along those lines, please go check them out towards downtown Paris. You can find them on North Main Street. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.